Welcome back to this week's video. Well, today we're starting off in Itasca County at a dispersed camping location that we left you at last week. The big challenge in front of us is this road. It's a couple miles long, gets pretty gnarly. We got to beat the rain because they're talking storms later today. But we're going to be driving north quite a ways, hopefully getting out of the rain, heading to Big Falls, bringing you guys with. Yesterday, Mandy said she was pretty scared on the way up here, thought the truck was going to flip backwards. I told her that's not going to happen. You ready? I promise we won't flip backwards.
Okay. I got to use the handle. Oh.
We don't want to swear.
We can just stay one more night. Aren't lifting.
These roads are insanely steep. Just awesome.
Stop smiling.
Okay, we got off that hill. Now we're good to go. Water heater box came loose. Get out of there. Oof. There the wheels came off the ground.
Stop. Yeah.
Well, I could not do it. Stop at the Big Fork Public Water Access and just take a little break. We're about halfway to Big Falls, and I ended up missing a dispersed camping location that I had pinned on my phone, but there's no cell phone service up here, so it's hard to see that I missed it. It's all right though. We're gonna get into Big Falls and check out the waterfalls that they have. Right now we're gonna take a little rest stop at the Big Fork River Water Access. This has got to be for dropping a canoe in the river. Mandy said she was feeling tired. Maybe this will be a good chance for her to just lay down, take like a 15-minute nap. Let's get this guy. We'll just try like 2 quick casts. Well, the reason no one's here, there's no fish here. I think I just proved that. Let's go see if Mandy's ready to go. You wouldn't have liked it down there. There's no fish down there. This afternoon we pulled into Big Falls, Minnesota, and this is right up by International Falls, close to the border. I haven't done a whole lot of looking in this area for dispersed camping. This is kind of out of my area completely, but when I was on Google Maps I saw that there was some really cool rapids in this town, and I thought, why not check it out? Just to make it easy, we're gonna stay here this afternoon. They've got electrical, water, dump sites, everything you need for a nice relaxing weekend. This reminds me a lot of the North Shore, like walking back into Gooseberry Falls. This is really cool here. For you that watch me know that this is not my style at all. And this will be the first time that I've actually stayed at one of these style of campgrounds. When I pulled in here and saw that this place is almost empty, I thought, why not take a chance? They've got plenty of these pavilion style buildings around the campground for people to use. Another little day use area. They have a lot of these here. Recently, the campground's gone through some renovations and they have 36 sites here at the main campground. Across the road, they have 5 campsites that are for horse camping. And you can see some of the buildings have been recently remodeled. It's a brand new shower house that they have, so that's pretty nice. Some of the sites here are huge. Mandy's taking me around now. She was down here earlier today. While I went out for a bike ride, she went out for a walk, and she said that she was able to go underneath the bridge on the highway, and she said it was really cool, so we're gonna go check that out. There's no doubt this water would sweep you right away. So here's the horse camp. If you take a look, you know where I'm gonna be parked, way in the very back. So there I am hidden behind the trees. I've stayed in horse camping spots a couple of times, and usually they're not as full as regular campgrounds. And I talked with the campground host who said, hey, it's not a problem if you don't have horses. She says, in fact, this spot over here usually stays empty. So she says, you're more than welcome to come over here. It's the same thing, electrical water hookups here. It's $30 a night though. That's some major money. You can see all the ties for the horses, and there's no one with horses here. Right next to our camping spot, it's gonna be this decommissioned train trestle. It's used now as a walking and biking path. Right off the camping spot, this is what I'm looking at. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Gotta catch golden hour while you can.
I know, exactly. I think I'm gonna take the fishing pole over there, see what I can do. I'm just using what I used at the river earlier. Just this topwater guy. It's kind of a popper, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna stay down here as long as I can because I know that the bugs, they'll find me down here for sure. Okay, now out by that pad's right out there. Oh, I mean, that couldn't be better of a cast. God, gross. I think I proved that there's no fish in there. The gnats are crazy here. Hardly any horseflies, hardly any mosquitoes. Gnats, explosion. Did I mention that there's hardly anybody here? One person down at the end. It's pretty awesome. Well, today has gotten a lot hotter and muggier as it's gone on. It's definitely going to be storming out. I was surprised that we didn't get any rain today. Now they're talking some storms tomorrow morning. Tonight we still have stars in the sky. Mandy and I both decided that it's way too hot and muggy to be making supper. I'm going to get in the shower. We're going to turn the AC on, hop in bed, watch movies. I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh, good morning. It rained out a little bit this morning. Probably started around 3 a.m. We got a break in the weather now. I'm going to run into town on my bike really quick, kind of check out the views. I'm going to take the back way, and they got some ATV and horse trails. We're going to go over there. Oh, looks like these gnats already woke up again this morning. Let's get on that bike. Yeah, I don't know how well this is gonna work. Oh yeah, this will do just fine. It's a beautiful morning. I think it's about 70 degrees, so it didn't really cool off a lot last night. I was hoping that rain would make things cool off even more. But the humidity's gone, so that's good. I don't know what the population of Big Falls is. I would guess maybe 100 people, 200 people. They got a little history display focusing on some of the forestry equipment that they used up in the area. This is super cool. This is how they would have hauled out logs in the wintertime. This big track machine is awesome. It's got a wooden cab. The timbers that these sleds are made from, they're huge. Love this old wood. I see people refurbish stuff like this, making fire mantles and whatnot. It's really cool. Someone left their glasses here. What do you think? Did it work? You know what? I think we'll leave these for the owner right here. It seems like every small little Minnesota town has something like this, and I've been trying to show you guys in the beginnings of all of my videos just some of the neat little things you find in these small towns along the way. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Let's get back to the campground. We're gonna make breakfast. My gosh, can you guys see all these gnats? Well, it's time to put the bike away. We're gonna go inside. So for breakfast this morning, we're gonna make egg bites. And this is a recipe that Mandy got from a friend. She tweaked it a little bit, made it her own. So it's real keto friendly. The cool thing about these egg bites, they microwave really well the next day. I absolutely love them. It's one of my favorite breakfast foods. So let's talk about ingredients. This is gonna be 6 eggs, a cup of cottage cheese, a half a cup of ham. We're gonna chop this up. 1 cup shredded Swiss cheese. And last is going to be 2 of these green onions. We're going to use the whole thing. gonna get 6 eggs into this bowl. A little bit of salt and pepper. Now we're gonna whisk this up really good. We're gonna be putting this off to the side and start chopping up the other ingredients. We're basically gonna be going with 2 pieces of ham. And we'll add this into the eggs. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the tips off the green onions. I'm gonna chop up the whole entire thing. So now we got the green onions chopped up pretty fine. We're gonna add them in. We're gonna be putting the whole cup of cottage cheese in there. We're gonna do about a cup of this Swiss cheese. There we are. That's probably more than a cup, but that'll be okay. Now we can mix this all back together again. This is our next step. The reason why we call them egg bites is because they're going to be inside one of these rubber tins. Here's the deal. Mandy said that she has tried the metal ones and always has an issue with them sticking. She prefers these ones. She says if you just spray them down with a little bit of cooking oil and fill them up about half full, comes out perfectly almost every time. Now we get to fill them up. And each one is going to be about a half full. Right, if you've made it this far and it looks like this, you're doing good. Next step is going to be turning the oven 350. Now these things are going to go in the oven 350, 25 to 30 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to lay back down and take a nap. It's been 25 minutes. And I'm thinking they're done. That looks great. I know the idea of the cottage cheese sounds weird in them, but honestly, I think that's what makes them so good. Just awesome. Some of you have asked about that ratcheting strap, and I just keep it there kind of as an extra security measure. Something to keep the slide from bouncing out, especially when we're going down those logging roads. Just a security feature. We're getting cleaned up, all ready to hit the road, and it's funny because Mandy just was gonna go in the bathroom and start securing stuff in there, and she was surprised, something that she's never seen. She opened the door, and look what we got. Don't be too surprised, that's just gray water. I can normally take 5 showers in this thing before the gray water tank gets completely full, and that's what happened. I was washing dishes this morning, and that's all the gray water. Thankfully, this campground's got a dump station, so we're gonna just drive real slow over to that dump station, empty out these tanks. You can pick these gloves up right at the diesel islands at most gas stations. They're free, they come in handy. That's what I use. First we'll do the black tank. Once the black tank drains out, then I'll do the gray water. The gray water helps clean that hose out. When you're all done, that's what it should look like, nice and clean. Well, this was a nice little surprise. Normally, I'm not one for going to city campgrounds, but this one's pretty cool. I want to thank you guys if you stuck around this whole time. I think we got this video in the bag. So we'll do this again next week, but until then, be kind, be honest. We'll see you down the road.